everybody. Happy Friday night. Welcome to my Zen Den. That sounded really weird. I yelled it, and I didn't mean to yell it. I'm so sorry. Welcome to my Zen Den. It's supposed to be zenny, not yelling. Whew. Happy Friday. It's been a week. This week actually went really, really fast, which makes me really, really happy when it comes to work. I actually got a lot of stamping done this week. Had a card class in Gray Eagle, so that was fun. Got to see some stamping friends. That is always awesome. Tonight, I am going to get right into the crafting thing. We are going to be working with the alphabet a la mode, if you're French. The alphabet a la mode dies. And what I need is a card. Hello, Joyce. What I need is a card for my niece who is having a baby shower tomorrow. And she is having twins. So we're making a card for Mariah tonight. So that is going to be my first one. And I am telling you, I have not made this card yet. So this is all like in my head, and I'm hoping that it comes out on the paper okay. So you're going to see my thought process working. I've got it planned out, sort of. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to flip the camera around and we'll get stamping. So the alphabet a la mode dies. They are really neat dies. They're alphabets, obviously. But they're, if you are a scrapbooker at all, sorry for my hand there. If you're a scrapbooker at all, these dies are something that you're going to like. And they're really thin. So they will fit, they'll fit decent sized words on the card that you're making. And something else that's really cool with them is the common letters have two. So there's like two A's, two E's, two I's, two L's, T's, S's, R's, N's. And I was kind of sad because I'm like, they don't have two O's. They do, because they have the numbers and they have an O in the 0 and they have an O there. So there's two O's also. So we're going to, and then I'm also going to tell you there's a couple of products that if you like these dies, I'm going to show you 3 ways to use them tonight in your projects. If you like these dies, a couple of products I would suggest are the foam adhesive sheets, and we're going to be using these. What they are, excuse me, are dimensionals. They come 6 to a package. They're 4, let's see, I think 4.5 by 4.5, roughly. And they're like a big dimensional, okay? These are really handy. They're adhesive on each side. So it's basically, okay. So you're going to take this piece off and I'll show you how we're on our project here. And then you'll make a sticker of them. So that's those. Or of course, just the regular adhesive sheets. And we're going to be using these also. This is how they come. They're 6 by 12. And there's 12 in a package. So there's quite a few in there. It takes me a while to get through a package. Again, they're adhesive on both sides. I mean, you see me use the adhesive sheets. I don't use the foam adhesive as much. I haven't had a reason to until these guys came along. So let's get cracking on our projects. And let's do, I'm going to start out with a different project first. We are going to take off the letters for hello. And this is a card that my friend Janine made. And so I'm casing it from her. But I thought it was so pretty, and it was a great way to use the let's see, which paper am I using? I'm using Dainty Flowers Designer Series paper from Saleabration. So here is I've got the words, the letters for hello. And there's my dimensions of what I'm doing. And you know me, I'm going to work really hard at not losing these letters. You know what? I'm going to grab out my little, this is something I got it at Harbor Freight. It's a magnetized pan. We're not losing these letters. They're all inside the pan. Okay. Here's what I've got. I have got an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of crushed curry. I've got a 4 1/4 by 4 piece of rich razzleberry. I've got a piece of basic white for the inside of the card. And then I'm going to cut up this piece of Designer Series paper. So let's bring out the trimmer. Do you guys find that you have a certain side that you like your paper trimmer on? I'm right-handed, so I guess I assume that this is the way that I like to cut. I bet there are people, though, that like to cut this way. I don't know. The things I think about, right? Okay, so here's how we're going to cut it. I am going to cut this designer series paper. I'm going to use one of these ovals. So let's cut it apart. I'm going to cut it at 5 inches. Okay, so this piece right over here, I'm measuring 5 inches. That's going to leave these pieces here. And if I turned it around and I cut it at 5 inches here, also I would have these beautiful little flowery doodads to save. And now this one, it's a little off. So I am going to trim off after, oh, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. 3 3/4 inches. Let's go with 4. I'm going to go with 4, and there's a reason why. 4 is my basic panel, right? I can trim off. It's not quite centered. I am going to trim off 1/8 of an inch here. So let's go, and I'm going to make it, I'm totally eyeballing it, but I just want to, and I'm going to take 1/8 of an inch off this side too. Do you see what I'm doing here? I just want to make sure that my oval is centered, and I think that's centered. Yeah, I think that's centered because my leaf right here, it maybe looks a little bit wider on this side, but I'm okay with that. I don't want it to get too much smaller. So that's what I'm going to leave it at. So my piece I have written at 5 by 3 3/4 for designer series paper. It's maybe a little bit, it's 1/8 inch smaller on each side, but that's to get that oval centered in there. Okay, now here's my trick with this card. I have a piece of the adhesive sheets. Okay, I just cut a small piece. It's going to go right about in there. Okay, so let's do that. And this is what I love about the adhesive sheets. They have this 3 cracks along on the back, so you can peel it off really easy. And I'm just putting that right there. Okay, because when you hide it, it's all that way, right? So now I'm going to take my letters, and I don't need to spell them, like have them spelled out perfectly here. They can be scrunched if you want to make sure that you've got these, oh, they magnetized in there. Word of caution, they may magnetize. How do you get that to stop? And now I dropped one. Oh no! Runaway L. Okay, so we're going to put these in the middle of our thing. They don't have to be perfectly pretty or anything like that, because what's going to happen is this piece is going to cover up what we're cutting out. That is not the right size. Let's bring this back in. What did I do? I cut this at 4 and then I only took 1/8 of an inch off. That's what I did. Man, you guys gotta watch me like a hawk. Let's take a 1/16 off of this side. This is why I love our trimmer though, because you can take off a 1/16 of an inch and it totally cuts it at that. And let's go 1/16 on that side. Now let's see what we got going on here. Okay, I'm happier now. My goodness. Okay, so let's cut this. So now I'm going to cut this. I'm going to make sure I cut it in the center, just so I'm on that strip of paper that I put in the back. But they don't have to be exactly perfect, right? So let's put it on our cut and emboss machine. So we've got our plates here, right? Got plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3. I'm going to put these on. Now that they're magnetized, well, doggone it, that's a something. I learned something new. I bet my son Weston could explain this to me. I bet there's a logical explanation. And a second plate 3, let's run it through the cut and emboss machine. Okay, so when we bring it back, we've got our hello cut out, our little letters cut out. You know what? I left all my take your pick tools in my tools for my card classes. I don't have a take your pick tool. The struggle is real. I got things though, don't worry. I got my Cricut tools here. I can make it work. Okay, so let's get rid of these things. I was using the Cricut this last week. Oh my gosh. Cricut crafters, you guys have my admiration. Wow, does that take patience. This is why I'm a paper crafter. It doesn't take as much patience. Okay, so I'm picking out my letters. So I've got H-E-L, and they pop out so nice. L, O, and my H, maybe. There we go. Okay, so let's put these guys back because you know what's going to happen to me otherwise. And I'm putting them in the right spot. Look at me be a good kid. L, L. See, I can be disciplined when I have to be. It's just, I don't often have to be, I guess. I don't know. Okay. So let's build our card. I'm going to fold my card base in half. Guess what's also in my... Oh dear, all my bone folders. Apparently I didn't clean out my crafting, my class stuff very much. I just left it all in there because I've got classes this week too. Okay, so I'm going to mount this now right on here because guess what? You aren't going to be able to see that, right? Such a tricky trick. All right, so let's find us one of these bad boys. Put it down on our card. And if you wanted to pull that off and have it just a little bit more adhesive, you totally could. I don't find any reason for it. But that's just me. Okay, let's put our letters now onto our card. So this is where you're going to want a piece of grid paper. I don't care what kind of grid paper you have. I just want my letters to be straight, and I struggle with that. So I'm going to set my grid paper down, and then I'm going to pull in my Post-it tape. And remember, I've posted a link to this on previous posts. The only thing is I want to make sure that this does not rip my paper. So I am going to like stick it to my jeans to get some of that sticky off, so it's like so not sticky. Let's see here. Let's do a dry run of what we're going to do. Stick them on there like that. Aren't they cute? I'm telling you, if you're a scrapbooker, you need these. They are the perfect size for scrapbooking. And they're such a pretty font. So, like that. Okay, so I like where that's at, like up and down wise. So what I'm going to do is tape my, so I've got it taped down there. Okay, now I'm just going to set those, as I take the backing off of my letters, I'm just going to use this as my line to guide myself. And I always start on the middle. So I'm going to start with my L and then work my way out. That way I center exactly where I want them centered. So we're just going to take our backing off. Which would be delightfully nice if I had a take your pick tool maybe right now, but you know, I don't. Here's the trick about this letters. There, it's coming, it's coming. But the sticky is really nice on the back. It is like just good. I've never had any of it come loose. It's just awesome, awesome stuff. And it works perfect for these fine little details. I'm going to pull that over just a little bit more because it's kind of close on the top. The only thing I can tell you is to be cautious that your letters don't they're very, like, they'll bend sideways a little bit because they're so fine. But really not bad. They're pretty sturdy little devils. Somebody gave me an idea. Uh-oh, I just wrote my H and I've already attached it down. Oh no, we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. Don't worry. See what happened? It came apart. We're gonna fix it. Because guess what? That's what I do, is I fix things that I do. I fix my boo-boos. I'm not sure how I'm gonna fix it yet, but we're gonna. Okay, I'm gonna take in, if I had a fine tip glue pen, I'd use that. I don't have a fine tip glue pen. I have Tombow. And I'm glad I did that. I've got very gooey Tombow. So I've got just a little teeny tiny drop down there. Look, you can't even see that it happened. Look at that. Okay. So there is my hello. So now that I've pulled that off gently and set it aside, isn't that cute? Simple card, really, right? And if you wanted to, you could take the word friend out of any stamp set you have and make a little square right there. I don't think it needs anything. That is awesome. I love it. And now I'm out of glue. Wow. Glue. Tape. You guys are seeing all the good stuff tonight. Simple to install that into there. Just set it in there and away we go. And people ask me all the time, what's the correct adhesive to use? The correct adhesive to use is whatever adhesive you feel comfortable with. I really like this. I know people, I have demonstrator friends, people who are demonstrators who are like, I cannot use that seal. You know what? Use whatever makes you happy. That's what adhesive you should use. I truly believe that. Okay, so let's just put this on the inside. And I'm just making a simple, basic note card. That is it. That's card number 1. Simple, right? And like I said, my friend Janine Pullman gave me this idea, and I absolutely love it. I think it's a great use of that designer series paper as well. So let's move on to card number 2. This is Mariah's card. Okay, so like I said, she is having twin boys. Can you believe that? Oh my word. So I'm using a piece of paper. This is from the Happy Forest Friends designer pack, okay? And I like this paper. This page here, I've been waiting because I knew I was going to be able to use this page somehow. And I am going to use this corner right down here. This is going to be my card front. It's going to be this picture. So let's go ahead and cut that out. So I'm going to cut it at 4 inches. Do you ever like, whew, that was a little scary. That was, yeah, yep, that's what I want to do. 4 inches. And now I'm going to cut it at 5 1/4. I am making just a basic card panel. I like this grassy bottom on the here. I'm going to leave it. I'm going right at 4 by 5 1/4. So it's just a basic card panel. Isn't that the start of a cute little baby boy card? I'm excited. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I've got, I'm going to use a navy blue or a Night of Navy card base. I've got a layer of old olive because I thought it would be fun to pull in some of the greens from here. So I thought the old olive would look nice. I've got a basic white for the inside. I've got some, I don't need that scrap of blue. I think I was planning stuff earlier. I've got a piece, so I've got a whole entire piece of foam sheet because I wasn't sure how much I was going to need. So I'm going to show you how to mount paper onto the adhesive sheet and what we're going to do. So again, this is 4 1/2 by 4 1/2. We're going to take one side of the adhesive off, and this is one big dimensional. So we are going to stick on our Night of Navy. just like that. So now we have a big blue dimensional. Isn't that cool? It's so much fun. Okay, and I'm telling you, it's going to cut beautifully. You guys are going to love it. So here's my plan. This is what I was thinking to put on Mariah's car. D, O, it's like phonics class, right? U, D, L, double, and I was one letter short. I'm going to tell you. Double the love. So I'm going to need to make 2 passes because I need one more E, but that's okay. So we're going to do double the love for our little baby boys. All right, and here again, I can squish these a little bit. I don't need it to spell out correctly. I'm going to squish these things a little bit so I can use this for another time, right? So let's do that as best we can. And like I said, I'm going to run another E. So let's build our sandwich. Bring in just our regular plates. So I've got my plate number 1, plate number 2, plate number 3. I'm going to set these guys right on here. And I may make 2 passes just to make sure they get through, because it's going through a lot of material there. But just a regular sandwich. Okay, so let's put her through. Let's see what happens. Wouldn't you know it, I just hit a bump. I'm telling you, tonight's just it's just been tricky. I think it's the cold weather. It is below, or it's not below 0 yet, but it is crazy windy and it is cold, cold, cold. Going to be below 0 this weekend. Here. It's going to be a great weekend to craft. My husband thinks he and my son are going to go to a vintage snowmobile run, and I say, okay, you have fun with that. Because this girl isn't doing it. Okay. So, check it out. See, it cuts all the way through. Will they pop out? They may not pop out. Oh, they are. Woohoo. I was thinking maybe we're going to pop out through the bottom, but see, that one didn't. It's sticky. My V. Yeah, my V is going to be tricky. Pulling them off here. And just, I'm sticking them upside down. I probably should grab a silicone sheet. I could grab a silicone sheet. There's one E. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to start building here. And like I said, I'm going to do the same thing. My plan is to put double the love. Okay, and I'm going to leave this cute little bear out showing. So it's going to be trickier because I can't necessarily lay down everything, because like that one has my sticky sticking out. These take a little bit more finesse. I'm not gonna lie, but so gonna be worth it. And I love sharing projects with you for that. I have actual, like, there's a person in mind for this. This is her card for tomorrow. And I've been thinking about this for quite some time. So I love sharing these projects with you. And Mariah doesn't watch my YouTubes. Her sister might, but I'm pretty sure that she's not going to tell. And if she does, I guess they'll see their card early. Where did my bee go? Here it is. And I bet there's a way we could reuse those if the pieces, because you can't take that paper off of the dimensional backing. So, oh, you know what would be cool is if I put maybe some Wink of Stella, but this is a boy's card. Do you put Wink of Stella on a boy's card? Gosh, I don't know. Maybe not. We'll see what happens. We'll see what it looks like when we get done here. If it needs Wink of Stella, then we'll put it on. So let's keep going. I need to start looking at joke books because I could be telling you jokes right now, but I don't know any. Well, I maybe know them, but I don't remember them. That's not my gift. It's my mother-in-law's gift. She's amazing at it. Okay, so I got my last E out here. One more L. Okay, so there's double the L. My O is sticky, so I'm not going to put that the right way. V is sticky. Don't do that. I'm going to run one more E right here. I'll be back. How do you lose a whole set of plates, man? All right. All right. So my last E, which is stuck in here. Okay, so we're going to be cautious with that also. Why don't we start from the bottom? Maybe that would be the easiest, you think? Because that would be like right along the bottom edge. I think that's what I'm going to do. So my last piece of Post-it tape fell down off of my desk. So I'm going to put it on my jeans again to get some of that sticky off and get a hair, I suppose. And I'm going to move that out of the way and this out of the way. And line it up on this line on the very bottom. Make sure it's straight. So line it up on the two lines. This is the trickiest part, I think, of these dies, is sometimes you got to be a little intricate. And I'm almost right on the bottom. I can tell I'm even on both sides here, so that's perfect. So let's pull in my E. That's going to go on the very edge. That's already got it sticky off. Oh, I'm already liking how this is going to turn out. It's going to be so cool. Don't you like it when the things that are in your head come out and actually work in real life? So good. V. Let's get the center of the O out here. Okay. And I've got my backing off already, so I just want to make sure it's straight. Probably go along that. I don't know which to do more, the bottom or the top. It's quiet. I'm so sorry. I feel like I should have some music playing or something. Okay, and the L. Oh my gosh. Guys, I'm in love with how this native navy looks with this paper. I was going to do dark brown, and I'm so glad I chose to do the navy. It pops so much better. Oh, double the love, double the love, double the love. Okay, so now I'm going to pull this up, and guess what I just realized? I can't now go over the bottom. So I have to work from the top down. Do you see how I'm telling you my thought process? You guys are seeing my thought process work here. Are you scared yet? Maybe you should be. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I need to do from the top down. Did you guys see that coming, or is that just me? So I'm going to leave my T there because he's nice and got my adhesive in the back. Okay, so let's square him up on the grid lines. I bet you OCD, people who are OCD are watching me going, she's crazy, she's not doing this right. Yeah, I'm not OCD. This is not a card that I would normally do because I'm not a perfectionist, I wouldn't say. Okay, so I'm lining it up with that one and that one. Okay, so now I've lined it up with my lines here, and I'm just going to make the tops go right along. So let's see, I was thinking that I don't want the E's to line up perfectly because that might be a little too straight kind of, I don't know. I didn't think I'd get them lined up perfectly perfect. So I was going to start like that, maybe. Yep, okay. So let's do the E first. That's the trick. That's the ticket. All right, now we go with the H. Here's the other thing, make sure you know what you're spelling and how that you do it correctly, because there's no spell check on these letters. Like if you're doing the friend, that would be bad if you put the E and the I in the wrong direction. I don't think you should do that. And make sure you spell double correctly if you're making this card. Oh, we get too reliant on our spell checkers, don't we? That we forget. I get too reliant on it. I don't like anything that doesn't have spell check anymore. It's too hard. Oh, I like it so far, guys. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it, loving it. Okay. So, let's see where we want these guys to go then. And this is what I love the most about these letters, is that you can squish. This is a 6-letter word. You're squishing on a regular panel card. This is awesome. I'm so happy. I love them. This is probably one of my longest videos ever too, and I'm so sorry. I maybe should have had part of it done, but now we're in it, so we're gonna keep on going. I've got to do it from the top. Let's see here. I might end up being able to trim some of that off the top. And I'm going with my E all the way over, again, to the edge, because I don't want them straight. Okay, so I know what I'm doing. I'm going with this line right there. Okay, got it. I'm straight there, I'm straight there. Woo, got her. Okay, so let's see, start with the E. No, we better not start with the E. We better start in the middle with the U and the B, so that we get them centered, because I think that's more important than our E's not lining up. There, none of them are lined up at that point then. Yep, or do. Okay, let's do it. Start with this B. Ah, look at that peeling off right, just lickety split. Okay, and now the U. And this one's peeling off nicely too. Oh. The U is tricky because it's got two little legs. And by legs, I mean the things that are sticking up. Wow. Are you guys lucky you're getting into my head tonight? This is really good. I'm talking like I'm thinking, and that's probably not okay. There we go. All right. D. O. Let's do that. Oh, my phone got a little wonky. There we go. Are you loving it? I'm loving it. Mariah's gonna love it. Oh, I'm so excited. I love it when I get excited to give a card. And I love giving cards, but when I get excited to give a card, it's the best feeling in the world. For real. Like when you make a card specifically for somebody because they love whatever, or it's a theme, or it's like this. I've never made a card for twins. Actually, I have made a card for twins before, but I love this card. And then I'm not going to show you the inside. I'm probably just going to put a congratulations. And I always like to write a lot, so I won't be putting too much on the inside. Just congratulations. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, I'm so happy. Okay, so let's build our card so you guys can get on with your day and your night, right? Oh, that is so stinking cool. I don't think oh my goodness. Let's fold and burnish it with my Sharpie because I don't have a bone folder because it's in my class stuff. That feels like forever ago since I said that. Okay, let's put this inside, or not inside. We're just building a basic panel because this is such a cool card. What do you guys think? Should I put Wink of Stella on it? I'm gonna leave it for now without the Wink of Stella on the letters. And I think, oh, I'm going to take it. Oh, brass butterflies are coming out because those will look really cool around Mr. Bear. Oh, it's so cool. I appreciate you sticking with me, guys. This is a labor of love right here for Miss Mariah and her boys. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to give this to her. Let's find some brass butterflies because I noticed that there's butterflies on the designer series paper. I think at least one more would be perfect. How about right there? You know what? I'm going to put 3 because I like 3s. I'm going to put a little one up inside the O because that'll be fun. And then maybe one right over inside the E. All right, there you go. Oh, I'm so excited. I am so excited to give her this card. You guys, I'm so excited. I'm going to stamp this congratulations and put it on the inside, but I am so pleased with how that turned out. I'm glad to see that my thought processes can work out even when I don't practice. Okay, I'm going to flip the camera around. I know you ordered it, Jamie, and I was actually thinking of your Fiesta card. Oh, I've got one more way to show you. I told you I was going to show you one more way. I'll show you quick here. My friend Brenda made a card. Sorry, I was like right there. There's one more way. So this one here, she's actually, if you look at this, it's the negative image. So none of the letters had, like an O has part that has to go back in. This one, so you can also use them as a negative. So that's another way that you could use these alphabet a la mode. So I like that. She put spelled out smiles. You can't read it. I can't, yeah. And then, and love to you. So my friend Brenda made that card and I love that one too. Okay, this has been a marathon session. I hope you stick with me and that you love those cards as much as I do. I am so excited to give her that card. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think I should put some Wink of Stella on those letters or if you think I should leave them just blue, just Night of Navy without the Wink of Stella. I'd kind of like to know what you think. So have a great weekend and I will see you again here next week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.